So guys, welcome back to the channel. Touching down from a crazy Chiang Mai city in Northern Thailand. Today I'm just going to do a little update vlog. I think it's been about 8 or 9 days since I last done my vlog, and this is the first time I've really been out of my area. I got out of my apartment in the local streets, but the first time I've been out in probably 5-6 days. So you all know what's happened in Chiang Mai, right? And in Chiang Rai, actually. I nearly said Chiang Rai, but it happened worse there too. We've had the floods, and yeah, I thought I'd better just do a little vlog because I'm not out and about just yet, because I'm still waiting for the motorbike. So yeah, the floods, it's probably been it has been the worst time since I've been in Thailand ever, and that includes COVID. This has been the most mentally challenging time I've had here. Beats COVID any time, any day of the week for me. Of course, people died with COVID, people did with the floods too, but me with COVID here, it didn't affect me mentally like these floods have, man. They have. This has really tested my sanity. So today I'm up near Airport Plaza at the minute. I borrowed a bicycle from my place, and I wanted to do a few things with my phone and stuff in Airport Plaza. So I'm riding an old clapped out bicycle until I get Lucille back. So a little update on that. Lucille, yeah, she got wrecked. I didn't attempt to start her. I could have, because in the first flood I started her up and she was coughing and splurting, but she ended up going. So after the first flood that happened the week before this one we just had, she didn't get flooded as high, but she ran okay after that. But this time she was really over the engine, so I thought, nope, I'm not going to chance it. I wheeled her up to the mechanic, my local mechanic, and yeah, he's got so many bikes there. He said probably about 3 days. Today is the second day. I am on the 5th floor, so my room didn't get affected, so I'm lucky. There's a lot of people here, they've got their homes ruined, so I was lucky in that sense. But everything in our condo apartment block on the 1st floor was ruined. Outside, the bike shed, everything ruined. We got loads of rooms on the bottom floor. We got the boss's room, and loads of people live on the ground floor as well, so we could not go out. I went out one time when I had to get some food. Yeah, the water went, and then we was just left with devastation. The mud everywhere. There's stuff on the side of the roads everywhere you go here. It's just piled up, and it's got a stench in the air as well. There's still a lot of dry mud on the side of the roads, and wet mud actually, because the sun has been out the last 2 days, so it has dried up, and there's a lot of dust everywhere. So basically I was covered in mud for the last 2 days. I've had to chuck out the clothes that I was wearing. It's hard to explain, man. It must have been so bad for other people, even though the Thai people just got along with it. And when people say they just get on with it and they're happy, they're definitely not happy. They get on with it because they have to. But you know, homes have been lost and all belongings have been lost. They're definitely not happy. They're just used to getting on with things. It's the only time here where I felt like I was out of place, if that makes sense. It's the only time where it felt like an actual disaster, which it was. And I've never felt like an alien in Thailand, ever. And just that time when they're all pulling together, it just felt like I was dreaming. That's what it felt like. And because I couldn't go out, because I couldn't get food, just little things like you ain't got no food or drink, it's like, hey, simple as that. Can always get food and drink. And just running out of stuff and rationing my oats and stuff, it made me, I've never been to prison or anything in my life. I've been locked up a few times for nights out, but I sort of felt like how that must feel when you're doing a hard time or a long. It must be horrible, man, where basically you don't control your life. You don't control what you can have. Apparently Lampun is flooded, still flooding now, and it's going further down to Bangkok, and I've seen Hua Hin is got some floods as well. I love the south of the city, you all know that. I don't really want to move from there, but we shall see in the future. And it just puts another little thing in the back of your mind where now you've got smoky season and maybe you've got flood season. I mean, again, this probably, well, it doesn't happen every year, but it could do. Nobody knows next year what it's gonna do. So yeah, that's two things to think about going forward. Yeah, so I'm just in the Kad Mani area. I'm gonna get on a bike in a minute and go and get some food before I ride back down and go home and chill out, because I'm waiting for Lucille. So the people in my condo block, I have been there ever since I came to Chiang Mai this time, a long time. They treat me like family. They are like my family. I had no doubts in my mind to help them. No doubts at all. Didn't even enter my head about getting sick again or nothing. If I'd not been there for so long, like there's some guys, 99% of the people in my condo didn't help. They just, you know, stayed in their rooms. There's a couple Farangs that live there that have been there for a month or two. Maybe if I'd lived there for a month or two, maybe I wouldn't have helped. Who am I kidding? I would have helped, because that's in my nature. The people are just amazing in my area. Do you know what they done outside? The water was up to the chest, nearly to the shoulders. They built this bar. They tied 3 planks together and they put the bottles on the planks, and they're all standing in the water with the, you know, up to the chest. And some of these Thai guys are really small, so it was right up to their neck really, and they were getting drunk, lao cow, whiskey, just on these 3 planks outside their house, floating like a floating bar. It was incredible to see, because in England there's no way anything like that would happen. So when a crisis happens in Thailand, I think these are like some of the strongest people, Southeast Asia, in a crisis. That's why it's so calm here when anything happens. It was the same with COVID as well. I think it was where I am that kept me calm. If I was back in the UK, I think I would have been going nuts, man. I wanted to get out and do a vlog in the last couple of days, but I wanted to help, man. I wanted to get to a point where they didn't really need any help in my condo anymore, which is probably today. Today there's loads of crap outside and everything, but all the floors are clean and it's just crap piled up waiting for someone to come and take it away. And I reckon the lady's gonna have to refurb all the rooms again. So it's not back to normal. There's still loads to do, but the major damage has been cleaned up. I've got a couple of vlogs that I've done just before the floods, so I'm gonna release them after this one, I reckon, in the coming days after this. It's probably a few days just before the floods hit. I was out doing a couple of vlogs, so I will finish them and get them up as well. All you guys, thank you so much for all the messages and your prayers and stuff for Chiang Mai. I'm sure it reached all the people, and all you guys said about the donations. I'm not 100% on which one to share a link. There's some donation sites going around, but like somebody said in the comments, it needs to be real. I want to make sure it's legit and everything. So once I know one that everybody's using and something, or if anybody of you guys know a good one that's going around, you can let me know in the description comments, and I'll take a look at it and maybe put it on my community post about this is where you donate money. I'm gonna look around as well, see what's happening. I'm just not comfortable with doing donation sort of things on my own on my channel. I would rather have it through a proper source, legit source. If I get any news on that, I will update that in the community link. Ricky in Isan is a Thailand YouTuber who lives in Isan, obviously. I want to say a big thank you to Ricky. Ricky, I've never met Ricky, we've talked before. He went to the trouble to make a video on his own channel thinking about me and some others living in Chiang Mai and the people. He went out of his way to do a video on that, and Ricky's been on my channel a few times and he's a top guy, man. And yeah, that just really hit home when he done that, just to think of me and to think of Chiang Mai. So a big shout out to Ricky in Isan. If you've not subscribed to him, he lives a chilled life in Isan. I will leave his link below because he's a well-liked chap and he's just down to earth, sort of like me. I'd like to say we are pretty similar. He's just a sound, normal guy living his life in Thailand. So yeah, I wanted to say a big shout out to Ricky for that, because little things like that mean a lot to me, especially when you've never even met or anything before, and he's tagging me in a video saying he's thinking about Walkabout Wayne and all the others in Chiang Mai. So big up Ricky in Isan. I'll tell you what, being back on a bicycle, I don't know how I rode around on Black Beauty. I really don't. I'm absolutely shattered. I got to ride all the way back down yet. So yeah, I used to go all over on Black Beauty. I was so much fitter back then, mate. So in a way I wish I still had the bicycle, because I didn't even think about being knackered back then. Used to ride everywhere, and now I'm already thinking about, oh, I've got to ride all the way back. And yeah, it feels so much harder now than 3 or 4 years ago. Anyway, I'm gonna stop waffling. We have got loads coming up because I need a holiday after this, man. The rains have stopped now. That's it for this year. The cooler weather is arriving. There's gonna be showers. I don't think there's gonna be any floods no more, not this year. And yeah, the cooler weather, man. So this is peak trip time out on Lucille. I'm waiting to get her back. I just had her all done up, didn't I? And now she's gonna have to have all new parts again, so I'm gutted about that. I'm gonna stop waffling. Hope you're all safe and sound as always, guys. See you in the next one. Got some vlogs coming just before the floods, but they're still really relevant and some good vlogs. Hope you're all safe and sound as always, guys, and I will see you in the next one. So take it easy, man. Take it easy.